Hi, I'm Michelle Rubel, Interim Dean of Student Development, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our CSM Athletic Virtual Banquet for 2021. It's been a very challenging year on so many levels, and we want to thank our CSM administration for allowing us to come back. Also, we would like to thank our wonderful coaches and athletes who adhere to many COVID protocols to keep everyone safe. And a heartfelt thank you to Sarah Williams, our Assistant Athletic Director, for all the hard work that she and her staff have done to bring the athletes back and to live stream as many athletic events as possible for the athletes and for their parents and for the fans. Now sit back and relax and let us introduce you to our wonderful coaches and athletes and their accomplishments. Thanks and stay safe.
Welcome to the 2021 CSM Athletic Banquet. My name is Tracy Harris. I'm the Vice President of Student Equity and Success. And on behalf of our President, Dr. Murray Murphy, and the faculty and staff and our students, we truly appreciate the effort and work that you athletes and coaches have put into this year. Michelle Rubel and her team did an outstanding job pulling things together, as well as Sarah and her team. So this is a year of celebration. This is a year where we want to celebrate you for all the hard work and all the effort that you put into making this season a success. So as we look forward to the future, just know that we support you and we're here for you, and we congratulate all the work you put into this season.
Hi, my name is Gary Knight, and I'm the head coach here at CSM for the men's soccer program. Welcome to the 2021 virtual banquet. I would like to take this time to thank the administration of CSM for the opportunity to coach the men's soccer program and to help shape this young group of men into future leaders of our country. I would also like to thank the entire athletic department, especially Sarah Williams, for the support they gave us throughout this past year. With COVID controlling our lives, none of this past spring would have been possible without the hard work they put in and day out. Due to COVID, in my eyes, our team struggled a bit. Our numbers were low, and our team struggled at times for enough healthy players to compete each week against some of the very tough schools, but we stuck together and endured as a team should. Thomas Larson was my inside midfielder and captain of our team, worked hard day in and day out to help make the most of our season. Oscar Perez came to us from Huntingtown and started at an outside midfielder position and quickly moved to center defense and played there until his hamstring injury sidelined him for the rest of the season. I couldn't have been more proud of the way the players played this past season. I would like to recognize a couple of our outstanding players for their contributions. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to compete the way we did. Lorenzo Kappa is a first-year student here at CSM. He moved to us to the area from Pennsylvania. Lorenzo was a captain on our team and worked hard every day, both on and off the field, to help make sure our season was successful as possible. He would help me run practices instead of drills. He would get the team together each day for warm-ups, whether it was for the game or practices. Toward the end of the season, with injuries mounting, Lorenzo was asked to move to center defense. For those reasons and many, many more reasons, I would like to present Lorenzo Kappa with the Most Valuable Player Award. Joey is a second-year sophomore here and graduated from La Plata High School in 2019. Joey was one of the more quiet players on the team, but quietly went about his day and let his actions speak louder than his words. He was always one of the first players to show up for the day and always the last player to leave the field at the end of the day to ensure everything was put away properly. One of the more consistent players on the field, Joey would also be asked to move positions. Joey was also our backup goalkeeper and was put in the goal 3 times this past season for various reasons. Quietly, he would go into the goal and just do the best that he could do in that position. I would like to award Joey with the Defensive Player of the Year award. Thank you, and I look forward to another great year here at CSM in the fall.
Hello, my name's Charlie Raphael, and I'm the head women's soccer coach here at CSM. 2021 was my first year guiding the women's program, and obviously it was like no other. Before I start anything, I want to give a great big thanks out to the entire athletic department for their support and all of the guidance that they gave me personally and our program. They worked so very hard to put together a training time and a competitive schedule in the spring, which I know I'm very thankful for, especially as well as the ladies. Specifically, I'd like to call out Michelle Rubel, Sarah Williams, and Andrea Sherman. So from all of us in the program, thank you so very much. The pandemic year, as we all know and probably have spoken about ad nauseum, provided so much added stress and new hurdles for all the sports. But I'm really, really proud of how our ladies attacked this and conducted themselves throughout. During this time, we're trying to implement a new culture that speaks to how we approach ourselves athletically, academically, and prepare ourselves for everything that we're doing. How do we interact? And that takes into consideration all of these COVID protocols, cancellations, changes, being very fluid in how we approach things, even the online factor of their education. Everything was a bit stacked against them. We're nothing new to anybody in other sports, but it's definitely something we had to deal with. And again, I think we did that very well. We had very little health issues and stepping out of the side of the box, which allowed us to be moving forward at all times. As I mentioned, we dealt with cancellations in the games. So our competitive season dropped down to only 5 games, which we were very thankful for, but had to be ready on a moment's notice to not play and to adjust ourselves and refocus ourselves. Through all of that, we ended up having a winning record of 3-2. And I'll get into that a little bit more in just a second. So obviously, with all community college programs, we all are looking for that goal to provide the opportunity and the atmosphere for the student athletes to begin their collegiate journey and to prepare them for that next step, academically, athletically, and even socially. This year, in specific, has been a very tough one, as we spoke about. But I'm very happy and sad at the same time to announce that we have a young lady that has completed her first year at CSM, and throughout her achievements, both academically and athletically, has won herself a full ride to Division II Catawba University. That is Kaylee Venus. As I said, very, very proud of her. She signifies everything that we're trying to do. We can point to her as we move forward and say it can be done. We're very sad to lose her, but we are proud of her. I want to take a little bit of time to talk about our achievements, both as a team and individually. As I said, we had our first winning record in more than a few seasons. Our only losses came to the number 1 ranked and number 2 ranked schools in the country. Our 3 wins happened to come against teams that we traditionally and recently haven't had very good success against. So those mark a real turn in what we're doing and show a very positive and bright future for us. Individually, we had 2 players voted to the all-tournament team. First one is Kaylee Venus, and the other one is Micaiah Lloyd. We had 3 players voted to all-region teams. Kaylee Venus was a first-team selection. Micaiah Lloyd was a second-team selection, and Carson Dodson was honorable mention. We also had 2 players voted to the Maryland All-JUCO team. Kaylee Venus was first team, and Micaiah Lloyd was second team. And while I'm speaking about awards, as we've seen, we have our own individual program awards throughout the sports. The women's program is no different. I'd like to recognize 2 individuals. First one being Micaiah Lloyd, who was voted the most outstanding player. And the other is Kaylee Venus, our offensive player of the year. Again, in closing, I'd like to just give another sincere thanks to the entire athletic department. Our program and myself would not have the success it has and set itself up for what looks to be a very bright future with all of their help, their support, and their guidance. I'm really excited to get back to normal as it is in the fall and competing. And I thank you very much for the opportunity, and have a great afternoon.
Hi, my name is Aaron Michael. I'm the head coach of the CSM baseball team. CSM's baseball team had a second straight strong season, tallying 13 wins in a shortened season, collecting wins against 8 of the 10 Division II teams in the conference. With a strong divisional record, the team made the regional playoffs for the first time since 2014. Dealing with multiple challenges along the way, including season-ending injuries to some key team members, our players hung tough and represented CSM well, continuing to make strides and grow as baseball players. As a head coach, I feel fortunate that I had this group of players because they all had a dedication to improving every day, and that is a trait that will carry them well in baseball, in school, and in life. While I am disappointed to see our successful season come to an end in the playoffs short of a championship, the players have left behind a legacy of hard work for our 2022 team to carry on next year. To the players moving on from the program, thank you for your dedication both on and off the field. You have helped make this season one that I will remember for all the right reasons. And I anxiously look forward to another great season with the players who plan to return. And now for our team awards. Our outstanding offensive player is Jordan McKenzie. Jordan was a welcome addition to our lineup this year, providing both power and speed in addition to offensive production. He was a huge catalyst to the offense of a team that made the playoffs for the first time since 2014. He led the team in several offensive categories, including runs scored, runs batted in, home runs, slugging percentage, and second in stolen bases. Accumulated the most home runs by a CSM player in any given season over the past 10 years, despite the team playing a shortened season. He plans to play at Division I University of Maryland Eastern Shore next year. Congratulations, Jordan. Our Outstanding Pitcher Award goes to Dylan Bell. Dylan can only be described by the affectionate baseball term for a pitcher of a bulldog. He was the ace of the pitching staff of a team that made the playoffs for the first time since 2014. He led the team in several pitching categories, including wins, complete games, innings pitched, strikeouts, and ERA among starting pitchers. He accumulated the most wins by a CSM pitcher in any given season over the past 10 years, despite the team playing a shortened season. He is a 3-year CSM player and student. Congratulations, Dylan. I would like to thank the assistant coaches who helped me in a variety of ways this season, Todd Snell and Brad Sullivan. Without their dedicated service to the program, we would not be as strong a team as we have become. A special thank you to Sarah Williams for all the hard work behind the scenes to keep each and every program running. The work you do for all the athletes here is remarkable. Thank you to Andrea Sherman for keeping our program financially afloat. Thank you to Michelle Rubel for her support and guidance along the way. She's been an excellent mentor in my time here at CSM. And finally, thank you to the parents for all the support you gave along the way. Thank you all.
Hello everyone, my name's Rebecca Collins. I am an academic and career advisor here at the college, and I am also the head softball coach. It is an honor to be before you speaking today. I first, on behalf of my peers, would like to thank Michelle, Sarah, and Andrea for their continued support throughout the season. I would also like to thank my parents for their unwavering support and commitment to their children. Thank you to my assistant coach Amber for your continued support for myself and this program. Without you, none of this is possible. There is not enough recognition for these 12 young women who have put their heart and soul into this program since August. To my first years, I have greatly appreciated your dedication, commitment to the spirit of the sport. All of you made it a point to dedicate yourselves to the better half of this program, and I cannot thank you enough. To my second and third year players who are moving on to bigger and better things, I am so proud of the young women you have become. Your persistence to finish strong and improve your lives on and off the field for the past 3 years has been a true inspiration. This year we finished 4th in the region, and due to unforeseen circumstances had to travel to Potomac State and play our first home playoff game, and we unfortunately lost to Frederick. This 2021 softball family has had to deal with some of the most adverse and uncertain times in the wake of the pandemic. Our athletes transitioned to online learning, morning practices, and limited playing schedule. Taking on the transition full force was Gabby Cross. Gabby ended her freshman year on the Dean's List, led our offense this year with a batting average of .449 with 18 stolen bases, which she was never caught. Gabby led our offense this year with 20 runs scored, a perfect fielding percentage that consisted of 31 putouts and 21 assists. She was a recipient of the first team All-Maryland JUCO and honorable mention Division II All-Region team. She is a leader both on and off the field. Gabby plans on transferring to UMD Criminal Justice Program after concluding her associates. CSM softball MVP, Gabby Cross. Our second team award goes to an athlete who I've watched make improvements on and off the field for the past 2 years. She ended this season with a perfect fielding percentage, and she transitioned from an infielder to an outfielder with style and grace. She willingly, on a number of occasions, gave up her position for the betterment of the program. I have had the pleasure of coaching this selfless athlete for the past 2 years, and there is no one like her. Her unwavering support of her teammates and her spirit keep this team alive in its darkest moments. Aaliyah plans on coming back to CSM in the fall and transferring to University of Maryland Eastern Shore after the conclusion of her associates. Her determination to be a better player in person than the day before is something we should all look up to. We are truly grateful for your commitment to this program, and I cannot see what the future holds. CSM Softball Most Improved, Aaliyah Davis. Congratulations, Aaliyah and Gabby, and all our softball players on a wonderful season. I look forward to next year.
Hello, my name is Eric Koch, the head golf coach here at College of Southern Maryland. This year, the College of Southern Maryland golf team went undefeated as a team during the season. We were fortunate enough to send 2 of our players to nationals as well this year. I couldn't have asked for a better group to coach. Always putting in the hard work and dedication throughout the season paid off in the long run. I also want to thank my assistant coach Lane Ponder for always showing up to practice, motivating the kids, and doing whatever they needed throughout the season to make them successful. Now on to the awards. Our first award goes to Jake Gleason. Jake Gleason I have known as a young man from the age of 5 on up. I've watched him grow to play many sports. His personality is contagious on and off the field. He brings an excitement to practice that nobody else brings, making his players always want to get better around him. This year, Jake had a great season. His hard work in practice really paid off. He led the team in the best scoring average, improving throughout the entire season. So this year, Jake gets the award of Most Improved Player. My second award goes to Jack Koch. Jack Koch was my first recruit when I got the position here at College of Southern Maryland. Jack has gone from a player who played the game some of the time to a player who plays the game all the time. Jack is on the course all the time, 24/7. He was our only player to make it to nationals this year. His hard work and dedication have paid off. He led the team in scoring average for the entire year, and he also finished second in the final standings of the JUCO Championship. Because of these achievements, Jack has received our most valuable player for the College of Southern Maryland golf team in 2021. I want to thank you, everybody, for your support of our College of Southern Maryland golf team, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.
My name is Steve Campbell, and I'm the head coach for the men's lacrosse team here at the College of Southern Maryland. I can't tell all of you how great it is just to be standing on this field. Over the last 3 years of my coaching career here, some great memories with the young men, and the wins and the losses. It was certainly something that I will remember for the rest of my life. The first group that I would like to thank are my assistant coaches, Robert Cusack, Billy Edge, and Joey Purcell. Their time that they dedicated to these young men, the time that they dedicated to the school was appreciated. And I don't know if thank you is enough, but thank you. The second group that I would like to thank is the 18 young men that came out and represented the college for this year's season. COVID beat us up. It beat us up pretty badly. These guys stuck with the program. They came to practice, and I think the effort that they showed is something that I will always remember. Again, thank you just isn't enough. Having said all that, I'd like to present the awards for this year's team. Our Offensive Player of the Year is James Solhoff. James played midfield. He was our leading scorer with 18 goals. One note of record is the game against Carroll Community College. He had 8 goals in one game. I think the effort that he put forward was noticed by his teammates, and it's his teammates that voted him Offensive Player of the Year. The second award is for Defensive Player of the Year, and that goes to Detron Dancy. Detron was one of our standout defensive players. He was usually paired up against the top attackman from the opposing team. Again, this effort was noticed by his teammates, and it's his teammates that voted him Defensive Player of the Year. The third award is for Most Improved, and I think this is just a well-deserved award. Angel Aponte had never played lacrosse before, and I'm telling you, regardless of what the situation was, whenever he was on the field, without a doubt, if he wasn't the best athlete on the field, he was one of the best athletes. His endurance, his desire to learn the game and to get better every time he stepped on was certainly noticed by his teammates, and that's why they voted him Most Improved. Well deserved, Angel. The last award is for the overall MVP, and this goes to Ian Campbell. Ian was our goalie. We had a very young and inexperienced team. And you could tell that by some of the scores of the games that we played in. Ian saw more than his fair share of shots. He had double-digit saves in all 6 games. The one game against Hartford, he had 25 saves. It's just an incredible effort. And again, this was noticed by his teammates, and that's why they voted him the overall MVP. Again, I would just like to say what an honor and a privilege it is to be on this field. It's a great way to end a 3-year run. And I'd like to thank the athletic department for allowing me the opportunity to coach. It's an experience I think I will remember for the rest of my life. And I would like to thank all of the CSM players that have come through over the last 3 years. I hope that we impacted your lives because you certainly impacted ours. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca Collins. I'm a CSM Academic and Career Advisor and Head Softball Coach. It is truly an honor to be speaking before you today to present CSM's Female Athlete of the Year. Our CSM Female Athlete of the Year is a graduate from Great Mills High School, where she competed all 4 years at the varsity softball level, starting at shortstop. She has competed in 44 games at CSM, also completing them all at shortstop. Her willingness to play and do what the team needs her for the past 3 years has been truly nothing but an inspiration and has meant the world to this coaching staff and the program. She has been the backbone, providing an immense amount of leadership and dedication to build this program from the ground up. As a freshman, she led the team with the highest batting average and the most doubles. Over the past 3 years, she held down the defense with a fielding percentage of .916, consisting of 61 putouts and 81 assists. This year, she led the team with assists with 45 outs and her career batting average of .370. She had the ability to start rallies and carry the team on her back, pumping up her teammates around the bases. She was our leader and role model on the field and in the classroom. She was a student athlete who was always eager to be better and earned her spot as a student representative in SGA. She will be attaining 2 associate's degrees at the conclusion of summer. She will begin coursework through the California University of Pennsylvania in the hopes to complete PT school. This year's CSM Female Athlete of the Year, Rachel Polk. Congratulations, Rachel, you did it. I am so proud of you.
Hi, I'm Aaron Michael, head baseball coach at CSM, and it's my privilege to announce to you the Male Athlete of the Year award winner, Dylan Bell. Dylan is the heart and soul of the baseball programs, pitching staff, and a big reason why we were able to make the playoffs for the first time since 2014. Dylan displays all the traits of an upperclassman, starting with his ability to perform under pressure, handle all the adversity thrown his way in stride, and lead our pitching staff both by example and through his own vocal leadership. On the mound, Dylan was our workhorse and the guy we called on to pitch in our big games. He led our team to a fantastic season, spearheading a 13-win campaign that culminated in a playoff berth. This is Dylan's third straight year of outstanding performance, as he was an All-Region 20 award winner this year. Dylan is the epitome of everything we want out of a student athlete here at CSM, and I'm proud to announce him as the Male Athlete of the Year. Congratulations, Dylan.
Hey everyone, I'm Sarah Williams. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director here at the College Southern Maryland, and I'm here to present the Scholar Athlete of the Year Award. The Scholar Athlete of the Year is awarded to a second-year student athlete who has earned a minimum of 36 credit hours with the College Southern Maryland and has accomplished the highest GPA. This student athlete is extremely hardworking and was an outstanding role model for his team. He is a player that works hard to help elevate his teammates to a higher standard of play. Off the field, this athlete is just as competitive in the classroom. His academic goal is excellence, for which he does not accept anything less. He is currently continuing his college career at the University of Maryland and majoring in finance. A great leader, athlete, and student who will be missed this fall, our Scholar Athlete of the Year with a GPA of a 3.85 from the men's soccer team is Justin Miller. Congrats, Justin. We wish you the best. This year has been a crazy one and has not been traditional at all. But we made it through and we are able to have 6 teams compete this spring. I would first like to thank Dr. Murphy and Dr. Harris for working with the athletic department and approving a plan to get our athletic teams back out on the field to compete. I would also like to thank Michelle Rubel, Andrea Sherman, Chris Cox, Brooke Bowling, Shelby Smith, and all our coaches for all your work with getting the athletes out on the field and helping us manage the seasons this spring. Thank you also to our student event staff workers who stepped up to work our spring game schedule. Lastly, to our student athletes, thank you for all your hard work and your ability to be flexible with all the changes and requirements that were put in place so we could compete this spring. To those student athletes who are moving on, we wish you the best, and for those who are returning, we can't wait to see you soon.